Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be doing analysis of Visa, the credit card company. Now firstly we're going to do a technical analysis using SMA and RSI. Now firstly let's look at the SMA. As you can see here, this is quite short time frame. Let's make it bigger. The SMA lines are quite decent. As you can see here, it flows quite nicely. We have a golden cross back here in October of 2024. Then increasing quite a lot. What is this? Increasing almost $100 per stock. This is quite a nice trend after the golden cross because it's quite stable. As you can see, it doesn't spike incredibly high. Except this gap, there's a little gap in the graph here. That is because there's an earnings down here. That is what the E stands for. That is earnings report. Now, as you can see here, there is a death cross here in the start of January, which is actually then quite quickly halted by another golden cross here. Now, if you don't know what a golden cross is, that is when the 50-day line, that is a green one, crosses the yellow line, which means that the current trading trend is upwards or bullish. Now, as you can see here, the golden cross is at $360, and now it's all the way up in $350. But as you can see now, it's not even trending downwards yet, which is a very good signal. As you can see, it is incredibly popular at the moment. How long time ago was this? That was 20 seconds. Okay, so in 2 weeks, it has taken almost $40 up in stock price. This is very nice. We can also see it down here in the RSI, where it actually quite often lays in the top of the RSI, which means it is in tendency to overbought. This is a quite good signal because it just shows that it is a popular stock that people want more often and are willing to pay more for rather than a little for. Say if it were the other way around and it was often down here, that would mean people only like to buy it when it's looking cheap. Now, as you can see, it has this huge breakout all the way up to 87 on the RSI scale. Now, to explain the RSI scale, if it's above 70, it's overbought. If it's below 30, it's oversold. Now, a spike like this always often comes right after a bottom out like this, but this is barely a bottom at 26.15. And it was actually quite big. As you can see, it lasted for several days. For 6 days, this entire spike, and then it fell down below the 70 and then spiked again. So as you can see, the RSI scale here is also very nice. As you can see, it almost always trends in the higher here, and that is because Visa, as you know, everybody has to have a credit card or a debit card, and Visa uses those, and it is the second company in the world that does this. There's also Mastercard. Go check out my other video on that if you want to learn more about that stock. Now we're going to take a look at the financials of Visa. As you can see here, the net revenue is $35.9 billion, which is up 10% from last year, which is very good. And also they have a lot of currencies, which means they're popular in a lot of countries. Now, as you can see here, this is also where I will pay a lot of attention. It says dividend and share repurchases, up 30%. This is 20 billion. This means they either sent out dividends for 20 billion and purchased them back. So that is why I think it is quite amazing that it's up 30% from the year prior, which is very rare to see it increase that much. But then again, also if we look down here in the financials, it increased almost $1 trillion in total volume. This is quite amazing because volume in a stock like Visa is everything, because they don't make a percentage, they make a set price on each transaction. This means if you use your Visa on $1,000 purchase or a $7 purchase, they get the same amount of money. So you want this to be as high as possible. So yeah, if we look at some more technical of the stock here, I think it is a quite good play at the moment. I don't think it's gonna tank that far if we make this stock. As you can see here, it has a very long positive trend. If you go back to November in 2023, it was at 234. That is almost a $50 increase. So I think it's quite good. Also, if we draw some lines here, the nearest bottom, let's just move you a little. The closest bottoming out of this stock is quite low, so that is 260. Some might say that this is, but because this right here, let me draw another line here. But because of there is this gap, as you can see right here, the gap here, I would be wary of that because you can't trust the gaps when there are earnings and stuff like that because that is simply too hard for us to guess about. So this one right here, I would be a bit more wary of using that as a technical marker here. I'm just drawing it for the hell of it. But I would say be wary if it crosses downwards below 280, 285. No, 258. I mean, of course. So of course that would be an almost a what is that 43 or something percentage drop. I don't think it's gonna do that, but that just means that how positive trending this stock is. I would say keep this also because it pays out dividends and it has done for a long time because of they're so good at earning money because as you can see here, it's in the volume. They make money from you paying, so it's never gonna go down. The only way they can go down is if they lose market share, and as I said earlier, there's only one other company that does that, which is Mastercard. So yeah, I would say personally I like this stock quite a lot as a defensive stock in the bottom of your portfolio. Maybe 5 to 10% should be Visa. Just let it sit there slowly, giving you dividends all the time. And also, if you have some volatile stocks like Nvidia or something else, this is a good base to make sure you're never shit out of luck. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.